Hi everyone, this is a video to help trainers show students how to use TextAid. So I'm going to share my screen and talk you through all the features and how they can help students when they're studying. So let me share my screen. Okay, here we go. So this is my TextAid account. TextAid is a 100% online service. You have a TextAid account, you receive an email, and then there's a link for you to create an account. And once you've done that, you visit your TextAid account online, and then I would suggest that the first thing you do is create a shortcut at the top so that you can easily access it whenever you're working on your computer. I also did the same thing on my phone. So you can use TextAid on any device because it's online. So you don't have to download anything. You just go onto the internet. So wherever there's an internet, you can connect and have some help. So the next thing I did was go onto my phone and do the same. So I'll just get my phone and show you that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen of the phone, and then you can take a look at what I've done on my phone. So right, so here's my phone. I went in with my Chrome browser. I went to my TextAid account and then created a shortcut on my home screen. So there I have TextAid, easily access it when I'm on my phone. So here it is. So I'll come back to that in a bit when I'm showing you why it's really great to have access on your phone. I'll show you that a bit later on. But that's the first things I'd say you do with a student. Set up the account online. It uses your email address for your license, and then add a shortcut so you can access it quickly. Okay, so that's that. First things to do. Right, let's talk about how you use it. Right, there are two sort of modes that you use in TextAid, and then you have web reading as well. So the first thing is, if you've got a document you want to have read to you and maybe you want to annotate it, you go to your library. So library is on the left hand side. Here, all the documents you've ever opened will be in your library, unless you've deleted them by clicking on the bin. You can organize them. I haven't really organized mine very well, but you can create folders by clicking on create folder at the top to organize all your work if you want to. That would be a good idea, I think. If your document is in Google Drive and you like to work from Google Drive or OneDrive, there are tabs at the top so you can access them from there. So that's good too, good feature. To upload a document, whether it's PDF or a Word document, you click upload document. It's a bit different if it's a picture. I'll show you that in a bit. So click upload document. You can upload up to four documents at a time. So you can bulk upload if you want to. You can select the folder you want to upload to as well. So select the folder and then select the document. If the document's online, so maybe if it's a PDF on a web page, you could put the address in and upload it that way. I'm going to go from my computer and I'd select document. So then you find where the document is, I'll click on this one. It's on my desktop. Click open and then click upload, and it will put it in your library, and then you're good to go. So it might have seemed like that took a while, but it doesn't. You just click upload. So you just, whenever you're opening a document, whether you're opening something in Word or PowerPoint or whatever, you've still got to find it, haven't you, on the computer? So it's no different. You just go to the library to do it, to open it. So here it is, antibiotics history. I've also got another PDF there, history of phones. So we've got a couple there. So I'll click on it to open it. It will open in my browser in my TextAid account. So here we have it. It's 5 pages. To navigate, move around the pages, you can click on the arrows and it loads up each page, or you can click on the button at the top left, which shows you the pages so you can quickly move from one page to another. Now this document is really text heavy. It's squashed together and quite tricky to read, so it's quite a good document to show how helpful it is to have it read to you. If it's a PDF document, you have 2 modes. The layout mode, that's what it looks like when you receive the document, the PDF with pictures and the columns, or however it is when you receive it. Whereas text mode, you've got some settings for text mode, and it uses those settings. So it's increased the size of the font, and it's changed the background to yellow to make it a bit easier to read. So you can choose to have it read in text mode, that's better for you, or layout mode. It will read in both. So let's listen to it reading. So the
study material consisted of scientific publications related to the subject, such as those recorded in the literature of this study, and relevant writings. The method used was based on literature.
I really like the voice. English, British accent, female. You can get male as well. And you can get American accents, Australian accents. These voices aren't going to be the same as you'd come across with Clara Reid or Read and Write, because TextAid is owned by ReadSpeaker, who make computerized voices, so they use theirs, and I think they're really good, and they're forever making new ones, and there's different languages too, so I really like them. Natural sounding, easy to listen to, which is so important, isn't it? So important to like the voice. You can speed up that voice, slow it down, and the highlighting style and colours can all be changed. To change anything, you click on the 3 dots at the bottom left. So you've got reading, text, highlighting, and reading area settings. So let's take a look at the reading settings first of all. So you've got the voice settings, which one you want as a default. Change the speed and change whether it pauses between words, which is useful if maybe English isn't your first language and you want to hear the words more quickly, more clearly, by having a little pause between. You can listen to what that's going to look like, sound like even, by clicking play.
This is a sample text.
So that is a little bit of a long pause between. Let's listen again.
This is a sample text for previewing the voice.
It sounds a bit weird, I think, with the pause, but it might work for you if you like a little bit of a pause between them, and speed it up if you want to. So I'm going to close that. So that's the reading settings. Text settings is when you're in the text mode. You know, I showed you with layout mode and text mode when it's a PDF. These are the settings for text mode. So I've chosen the text to still be black, but you don't have to. Background color, you've got a choice of 5. And then you've got text size and the font style and the spacing. With a PDF, when it changes from layout mode to text mode, it doesn't change the spacing, but it does change the text size and adds that background color. So it's still useful, but it just doesn't change the spacing. but it does change the spacing if you paste in some text. I'll show you that in a bit, so you can see how that works. So let's close the text settings. And then I'll show you highlighting settings. So you might have noticed when it was reading this PDF, it was highlighting the sentence and also highlighting each word as it's being read along. The colours were a bit grey. When you're listening to a PDF, the colours don't actually match which you've selected. It's all to do with PDFs being quite complicated with the highlighting settings. You might have found that with other text-to-speech as well. I know that with ClariRead, whatever colour you've set in the settings for highlighting, it's actually different when you use a PDF. It took me months to realise that it was different, but it is, and it's all because it's quite complicated. So it still highlights, it's just a different colour to what you've selected. But let's click on the highlighting and see what I'm talking about. So you can choose a colour for highlighting the words. So I've chosen black at the moment. The colour for highlighting the sentences, so you can have both, which I think is handy. So you can see the sentence highlighted and each word helps you follow the text, I think. You can have underlining if you want, or you can have no highlighting if you don't want to. And you can choose the colour of the text as it's being read too. So it's giving you an example of what that's going to look like underneath. That's good. You don't have to imagine what that's going to be like. I'll close that. So, and the final setting here is the reading area. The reading area, that's just for when you're reading PDFs or having PDFs read to you. This is grayed out if you're in the text mode. So it's all about when it will read to you. So whether it's when you select with your mouse a region, so like a paragraph, it will read that and stop, or from where you click, it will read the whole document. And it can turn pages automatically if you want it to. When you've got from mouse pointer to page end selected, you'll notice that the text below your mouse goes grey. That's just showing where it's going to be reading from. I don't know. Some people might not like that, but once you click play, that disappears and the highlighting, the normal highlighting is there. So it's only just showing what sort of mode you've got it on, really. So let's close that. So that's it, reading a PDF. Very straightforward. Great thing is you don't have to bother about clicking scan to OCR it to make it accessible. It knows to do that. It knows you want this document to be accessible so it can be read. So it does it in the background as you open it. So that makes it really, really easy. If you have a problem with getting it to read, it's just not reading, it says, oh, this can't be read, it's probably because the PDF has got images in with text. If it's not working, click on image to text and then just select the document again, and then it will be fine. It will work. So that's what to do. Handy tip for if it's not reading for whatever reason, just use the image to text button on the left hand side. I'll talk about that in a moment too. Right, let's talk about if you've got like a Word document that you've opened up, because that opens up in a different way. It's not got layout mode and text mode, it is just text mode. So I will open a document that's like that so you can see. So I'll go to library, and that's where all the documents are. You think English is easy. Look, it's a document, it's a Word document that's got an icon that's just like a plain piece of paper. Then you've got TextAid documents and PDFs there. So click on that and let's take a look. Right, so it does have layout and text mode with a Word document. I think you're probably more likely to be on text mode if it's just a plain Word document, just with plain text. One advantage to having layout mode with anything is that you can annotate let me show you that. So that's why we've got a random circle here and a line and some typing and a post-it. That's because I've annotated this document. You can do that when you're in layout mode. So let's go back to this history of antibiotics document that's got loads of text in. So here we are. I'm just going to change the mode so it's not, it gets on my nerves a bit, that grey. So let's just go to mouse selection instead. That's better. Right, so if you're listening to this document and you've got to take some key points from it, maybe you're revising, or maybe you need to take some parts of it to write an essay, or you just want to highlight it. You find it easier if you're reading it and actually doing something with your mouse at the same time. Maybe you can focus better. So that's why you would use the annotation mode and highlighter mode too. Annotation mode is also so handy for filling in forms and worksheets and things like that, because you can type into it. So I've clicked on the button and here's the floating toolbar for the annotations. So you can choose a colour that you're going to type in, draw in, whatever, highlighting. I'll just stick with black. Then you just click and type away. Oh, I can't see my typing. Let's move that. Important.
This is important.
Oh, so I've got echoing back my typing. I'll show you the writing assistance tools in a moment. And another thing is the word prediction as well. There's word prediction there to help you while you're typing anywhere. So click on the tick when you're done, then you can move it about to put it wherever you want to. So it's just the same with post-it notes. So post-it notes you can have pink, blue, yellow. I'm not sure why it's not. Oh, there we are. So you can type okay.
This is a post-it.
You can choose whatever colour you like that to be, and then you can place that on your document wherever. Just the same with shapes, free drawing, highlighting. So you can highlight. Oh, it's in grey. Let's choose yellow out, probably be more sensible. There we are. Oh, so like just sort of a rectangle of highlighting. So you can do that as well. And then you can save that document with all these annotations on or without, whichever. If you've finished working with that, you can just go back later. It will have saved all those annotations, which is why a lot of my documents have got annotations on. Not that one, but others have, because I've been demonstrating a lot that highlighting, that annotation tool. We also have the highlighter tool. Highlighter tool is it's handy when you're revising or preparing for an assignment. You can select text, highlight them with different colours. So I'll just do it quickly. Obviously, you're not going to do it this quick. You're going to read what it says. If you want to listen to it read, you click on the arrow, and then whatever you select, it will read that by clicking listen.
The first steps in microbial observation took place in 1665 by Robert Hooke, who was the first scientist who observed use.
And then you can highlight with the colours. Okay, so once you've done all your highlighting that you want to do, you can go through the different pages and do highlighting. So I'll just do some on another page just to demonstrate. Okay, you click on the little lines and collect and download the highlights. This is where you can also clear the highlights as well if you don't want them anymore. Right, now you can create a new document with all the highlighting or just a particular colour. You can decide whether you highlight you collect the highlights from all the documents or just page 1. And you can also choose the order it's going to capture those, whether it's the order it is in the document or by colour. So you can choose that too. So then you click collect and download. It adds a new tab. You can, of course, save it, so it's got a more sensible name rather than untitled text. And here we have the title of the document you got all the highlights from, the date, page, and colours all the highlights. So there we are. And it's used the settings you've set for the text mode. So I've got double spacing and a fairly large font and the yellow background. So it's going to be easy for me to have read to me. So that is the annotation and highlighting tools. They're grayed out because you can't do it in this mode, in the text mode. You have to be in the layout mode to use those. If you click on the little arrow next to highlighter, that's how you can hide the highlights if you don't want to see them. Same with annotations. You can hide the annotations if you don't want. Right, so that is annotations and highlighting. The tools has some screen masking, so page masking and reading ruler and calculator. So you can mask off part of the page so that you can focus on maybe one line at a time. So you're not rereading the same line or missing a line out, which is quite common with dyslexics. So that's good. And there's also a reading ruler, so very similar, but a ruler this time. Okay, let's talk about writing assistants. So they are tools I've mentioned a little bit earlier. They are for when you're doing some typing. So let's go into a untitled text page. So this is like a TextAid page. It's a bit like word processing. You've got tools at the top, so you can format your typing. And as you heard earlier, it will echo back your typing. It also will help with spelling and word prediction. I'll just click on Writing Assistant so you can see the settings. So at the top, this is saying whether it's going to echo back sentences, words, or letters. Or if you don't want any of it, just deselect it, then it won't. So it's annoying for some people. It's very useful for others. So I'll click sentences. I'll click words as well. And then you can choose whether the letters are sounded out or spelt out. So it's an A or A. That's only if you've got letters selected to be sounded out. And you can also choose whether word prediction is going to be used as well. Right, I'm going to open some text that I've already written. My own typing. There we are. Okay, so this is something I've typed. I typed some of it, and I inserted some bullet points and things like that, underlined stuff. Some of it I actually dictated. There is a dictate button at the top. It's not as good as Dragon, but it's there. If you've got some ideas in your mind, you want to quickly get them on the computer. So, but you don't want to think about all the spelling and structuring so much. You just want to quickly get them there. You click on the button and then you click start, and it will listen to you and type what you're saying. It's fairly accurate, but like I say, not as good as Dragon. So it's finished now. If you pause, it stops. Okay. One downside, it doesn't punctuate, so you've no capital letters, full stops, commas, or anything, but it puts the words that you say there, so that's very good. Let's insert the text, and there it is. It's put into your work. So you can use the dictate button for quickly getting stuff there on the screen. I don't think I've got any spelling mistakes. I think I have actually. So I'll just change some things. Then when you're typing, it doesn't tell you if you made spelling mistakes automatically. I think that's good, because if you're a poor speller, the last thing you want to be told is like all your words are wrong, loads of red squiggly lines. But when you're ready, you can click on the ABC spelling button and it will show you which ones aren't correct. Then to have them corrected, you click on the word and then you can hover over the words and you can listen.
Neolithic. Neolithic.
So if you find the word you want, you click on it and it changes. So that's good. So it works, it looks very similar to the word prediction. So as you typing, it will suggest words. It gets better the more you use it with the word prediction. Right, and there's also definitions. So if you're not sure of the meaning of a word, select it. You can listen to it. You can search it on the web, do a wiki lookup, or go to the dictionary and it will, oh, it couldn't find any information for animals. Oh dear, bad choice, hey? Shall we find something else? Let's see. Brain, hopefully. Hopefully it's got a brain and it's going to give me a definition of that. Yay. Right, there we are. You can click the play button to have the definitions read to you to help you understand what the words mean. Right, so that's writing assistance. And we've looked at the settings as well. I do like how it uses your settings so that you can always have it with the font you like, with the background color you like, and with the spacing you like. I'll just show you what I mean by the spacing. It does add, like this text here, this is on the internet, quite squashed up. The font's not too bad, but yeah, it's going to take quite a lot of effort to try and read that myself, although of course I'm in TextAid, I can just sit back and listen if I want to. I can have this read to me using the extension, which I'll talk about it in a moment, but I'll just show you this. I'm going to copy that, Control and C, go back to my TextAid account. I'm going to start a new document. I'm going to paste it, Control and V, and look, it's added the spaces and it's taken the font size and style, so it's much easier to read. Really handy feature, I think. Okay, it can translate. I think this is a handy feature, of course, for people who have English as a second language or you're studying another language. You can quickly and very quickly translate it. So let's click on translate. I want this translated into, let's go French today. Click translate. It uses Google Translate and look at that, instantly changes. It's changed the voice, so now I can hear it read in French.
Le génie de filage représentait une avancée dans la capacité de filage, mais était toujours actionné à la main.
It also uses the spell checker in that language and the dictionary. So let's see if it can give me a definition of toujours. Hopefully. Yes, there we go. All in French. Toujours. Does it mean every day? I think. I don't know. I studied French a long, long time ago, but I think it means every day. Right. Let's translate it back. Revert translation. Hey, we're back. We're back. I can't find the word every day. Maybe it doesn't. I need to find that out now. I want to remember. I think toujours every day. All to your. Oh, never mind. This isn't a French lesson. Right, let's move on. You can print your documents. I'm not connected to a printer, and so I wanted to investigate what happens. If you click print, it makes it into a PDF if you've not got a printer connected. You can download any document as a sound file. That's useful, so you can listen to a long document being read to you, but you don't have to be there staring at a screen, getting tired. You can be wherever you fancy being and listen to the document. That's useful, I think. So that's those. Oh, you don't have to see all the words for all the buttons. If you click on the top left button, it hides them. So if you prefer that and have more space for your document, then you can choose that if you like. Let's have it like that for now. Okay, the button just above the world, that is the image to text button. I mentioned it a little bit a few minutes ago. Image to text works particularly well on your phone. It's much easier to take a photograph if you're using your camera on your phone rather than trying to line it up on your webcam. So I'll show you that in action. So let's get my phone again, and I will share my screen. Okay, here's my screen. So if you've got some text and it's on a piece of paper or it's a page of the book, let's go for, I'll find something that's good to take a photograph. Oh, here, I have the TextAid leaflet. That will be useful, won't it? So let's take a photograph of it and have it available to edit, have read on my phone, on my laptop, whichever you want. Okay, right, I'll click on that button, the above the world, the image to text. Right, you click choose file and camera if you're taking the photo. Obviously, if you've already got the picture or document on your phone, just click files. But I want to click camera. I want to take a picture of some text. Of course, the better the picture, the more accurate the text will be. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to save it. I'll save it in demo docs. There we are. Now, the other option at the bottom is save as a read-only document or save as an editable document. If it's read-only, it will look like the photo you took. If it's an editable text, it's plain text, so it's in the text mode. So it will look like this does here with the spacing and everything. Right, give it a name. TextAid leaflet, I think I'll call it. Oh, I can't get to the T. How do I do it? There we are. TextAid leaflet. Ooh, photo. Well, that's a long title, isn't it? Right, you click start. It doesn't take very long to process that, and then it puts that into your library. So you'll see how long it takes, just a few seconds. It says it may take a while. That's only if it was like loads and loads of text. Look, that wasn't long, was it? Right, go to your library and we'll find it. Well, it's in demo documents, wasn't it? Here we are. So I could have it read to me in here. Oh, it didn't pick up the top bit, but that's because it was in a different sort of font, wasn't it? But all the words are there now. It's spaced out just like I've set with my settings, and I can just click play and have it read on my phone if I want to. Let's listen. Can you hear it? There we are. It's reading. But you don't have to listen to it on your phone if you don't want to. If you're right in front of your laptop, it might be easier to do it there. So look, I can just go to library and open it. So it was in demo documents. Open that photo, and here it is. And you can change it. You know, like, it's not got this right, has it? So let's change that. So you can edit it and play it. Oh, it's having a
TextAid reading, writing tools help student by read speaker confident, or top reading personalized settings customize TextAid for more comfortable reading. Choose
So
your reading speed,
It's reading, really good. If when you're showing the student how to use it, if you come across any issues, you're not sure, or something isn't working quite right, well, you could ask me, or you can click on feedback in their account. Click on feedback. You can select what sort of feedback you're giving, what problem maybe, and then you can send it, and they get back to you fairly quickly. So so that's what you can do if you're really stuck. There are frequently asked questions. They might answer some questions for you as well in there. They do have some videos on YouTube that you might want to watch, showing you the different features as well. So that's an option too. Let's talk about reading on the web, because at the moment we've just been reading documents and our own work, but you also probably will be wanting to read websites. When you first use TextAid, you've got your account, you'll need to click on the word and basically get a shortcut, get an extension. I'm using Chrome on this laptop. You don't have to use Chrome, you can use whatever browser you like to use. So you click on whether you're on a phone or a desktop computer, and then you select your browser. It's so easy, this. I was really impressed. You don't have to log in or anything, it just does it for you. So you click on whatever you're using, so Google Chrome, click on the link, and then I've already added mine, but you just click add extension and it's added there. If you can't see it, click on the jigsaw puzzle and pin it so that you can see it, and then you'll be good to go. So then from now on, you go to a website, there's text, you need to have that read, click on the extension, here's the toolbar, and select the text and listen to it.
The spinning jenny represented an advance in spinning capability, but was still hand-operated, and machines of 30 spindles were the largest ever made.
So, nice clear voice again. You can speed it up, slow it down. You can go into settings, change the highlighting settings, all in there. So that's good. So very similar settings. One thing is you can have individual words highlighted, which I know other text-to-speech Chrome extensions don't do. So that's a little advantage with this. Okay, so the reading language you can select, and there is writing assistance. It tells you if you're on just a website where you're not going to be typing, it will say it's available for Google Docs and Word online documents. So that's where you can get some assistance. It actually it does assist you when you're typing wherever. So if you were typing in social media, for example, it will help you. And then you've got a button here, snapshots. That's if the text is in a picture, so you can draw a box around it and it will read that to you. Let me show you it typing in. Now I'm going to show you in LinkedIn, but there's a little bug in LinkedIn, and it's not TextAid's issue. It's sort of LinkedIn, the way they allow you to post, I think. Oh look, there's an advert for a Find My Flow advert there in Faventina. Hey, great. If you want to know about Find My Flow, just let me know, and I'll give you some information for some training about that. Anyway, so you can type and it will help you as long as you've got the writing assistance switched on. Oh, will it only let me? Right, let's go into Word then, and then it'll be happier. So go into Word. Oh goodness, taking a while. Come on. Right. So go into writing assistance. Look, it's whether you've got it on or off. So I'm going to switch on, and so it's basic settings, but it's basically it will do word prediction for you, hopefully. There we are. Hover over just like before, and you can listen and then click. So there's
Juice.
that when you're typing here, but you could also in social media, like I mentioned earlier. So the reason it's completing my words is because I've got light key switched on my computer. So if you want to know about light key, just let me know. But this is not TextAid that's helping me with my spelling. It's light key. I'm doing some training. Oh, I've not got echoing back. Right, let's listen.
I am doing some training.
But the text has disappeared. Do Control and Z and it will appear back. But at least it will echo back so you can be sure you've typed something that makes sense. And, you're not going to be embarrassed by posting something that has got maybe missed out words or incorrect words. So useful feature. And one of the really, really great things is that because TextAid is an online tool, you can have this toolbar on whatever device you're using, and that's not true with other text-to-speech solutions. So on your phone, you can add the toolbar into your browser, which is good because then you can have any website read to you. Really handy. It's a little bit, well, it's not totally straightforward, put it that way. You do have to run some JavaScript in a bookmark. There is a video to help you. So if you take a look at bookmarklets in the TextAid YouTube website, you'll see that. I might make a separate video about that because I think it might be useful. But I was really, really impressed that you can do that. You can actually have websites read to you on your phone or on your iPad or tablet or whatever, anywhere, basically. So that concludes my guided tour and training on TextAid. Okay, so I think that's it. Thanks so much for listening. If you've listened to this and you'd like a CPD certificate, I'll send you a little quiz to make sure that you've been listening carefully. And then if you are successful, which I'm sure you will be, I'll make the questions easy, I promise. I'll send you a CPD certificate. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.